Where I am now, better than before. Through those open doors, where I am now, where I am now, I'm in a special place. I'm telling all the words, where I am now. It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Edwar, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, where I am now. And if you'd like to see us live in the studio of WGPL 1350, WMVA 88.9. All you have to do is go to Everettee Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, and guess what? You can see us live right here in the studio. And if you want to hear us all over the globe, all you have to do is go to 1400 AM or 1350 AM. Click and listen live. I found his precious words would live on me. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. E. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors, our WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
Peace, 95.3 FM, WPCE 1400, WMVA 88.9 FM.
Facebook Live is on and popping. Let's also welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, and we'll shout you out later on in the show.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Like, share, comment, subscribe. Go to YouTube right now, by the way. Cristo Records 1, that's CRISTO Records 1. Subscribe to our channel. We promise we'll shout you out.
Shout out, shout out.
Oh, Mr. E, a wonderful weekend. How was yours?
Oh, I had a wonderful weekend I had. Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. Anything special?
Nothing special, but just got into out of the cold so much. It was so cold, but I had an opportunity to continue to do what I've been doing. I did a little walking, a little bit, worked out a little bit. So hey, I'm on point, even though it was cold.
It was cold, but we had those warm spots we could stay in and look, get under the bed and just look.
And that's right.
That's what we could do. But anyway, I had a great weekend. Man, yeah, just a wonderful time, great rest and everything. But today, Mr. E, is our Monday sports
And you know I can't wait till sports talk comes. Miss Hinton, I love sports.
Why is that?
Even though the boys are not in town, but I love me some sports talk because it's getting an opportunity to share the good news and the bad news of other teams.
The ins, the outs, the ups, the downs, the whole season, which was a fabulous season so far.
Especially those ones that didn't believe they was indestructible.
We got to talk about that. Well, we have a special guest on the line, Mr. James Luther. Are you there?
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing well, I'm glad.
I know you blessed, but listen, the Mr. E got a nerve to talk.
You know he's gonna talk anyway.
He's gonna talk some smack. James, wow.
He's waiting on my downfall.
He's waiting to pounce. He's waiting to pounce on you. But before he pounce, James, tell everybody a little bit about yourself. Where you from?
Well, my name is James Edward. Nephew of Uncle Edward Everett.
Lord have mercy. And you from here, right here in the Hampton Roads area.
Yes, sir, ma'am. I am from
Oh,
Chesapeake, Virginia.
all right. So look, you and your aunt, are y'all rivals? Do you all get on the telephone and beat each other up and bash each other as you play throughout the season?
All the time. All the time.
Tell everybody your team you're a fan of.
Same as the Green Bay Packers.
The Green Bay Packers. I tell you what, let's talk about the Green Bay Packers, Mr. E called them cheesehead. And tell us about the season. How did you feel about the season of the Green Bay Packers this year?
I felt very, very, very good about the season because we got something to feel off. You know, we were playing with house money anyway. Nobody expected us to be that far because of, you know, Aaron Rodgers this and Aaron Rodgers that. Now we bypassed Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
So,
yeah, you all definitely came through. A lot of people didn't believe you were going to come this far.
At all.
That's right.
I mean, like I said, we was playing with house money. Everybody thought we was going to be maybe last round out of the division with the Chicago Bears and we weren't going to make the playoffs and this, that, and the third. But we did have some good accomplishments this year. We did in Dallas.
Whoop. Did you say something about Dallas? Look, somebody was silent when you said
I was quiet I was waiting for my intro, you know, my introduction to come in. You know, I was waiting, but since you already
we're not ready for you yet, Mr. E. But we're talking about Green Bay and the fact that, you know, Mr. E always talking about Dallas being the American team, but Green Bay has a history as well. And, you know, I remember, you know, how they played and they were definitely heroes. What made you become a Green Bay Packer fan?
I actually started becoming them because I always was a Brett Favre fan. So I followed him through college when he was at Southern Mississippi. Then when he went to Atlanta. And then when they traded to Green Bay, I just adapted to, you know, the Green Bay style, the jumping in the fans, the cold weather. I just started loving them and became attached to them.
Yes. Well, I tell you what, they came a long way. You all were just in the playoffs. You played who?
We played the 49ers on Saturday, and it was a magnificent game. I mean, we had so many chances to put them away, but we are the youngest team in the league. And the youth mentality showed up at the end of the game.
Wow. Do you feel they could have done something different? But let's talk about when it's down to the playoffs and things like that. You know, it's really sad to see any team in my book go home. But it seems like to me, it's almost any man's game. You know, they get so close, they're toe to toe. What do you think Green Bay could have done to possibly win against the 49ers?
A lot of times in that particular game, it was bad play calling towards the end because we was down in the red zone about to score. We did 2 quarterback sneaks. If everybody was watching the game, my running back was averaging like 6 yards per carry, and we kept doing quarterback sneaks. So they kept stopping us down in the red zone. But bad play calling, just horrible play calling. They started running the ball. We started going to the young quarterback, trying quarterback sneaks, throwing the ball off was way too much.
Wow.
You know, so like I said, it was the youth and bad play calling, but it's something we can build off, which I was happy about. It was a good game because we beat the Cowboys, which is the number 2 seed, and then the 49ers was the number 1 seed, and they had to go. They all to beat us. So I love the future in Green Bay.
Let's talk about that game with Green Bay and Dallas before we go on to, you know, what happened this weekend.
You don't want to talk about that.
Let's talk about that because a lot of folk were really, well, not really surprised, but I know the Dallas fans were kind of like, you know, hurt that Green Bay did that. You know, a lot of people was predicting, well, Green Bay won't be winning. They not going to come through.
Yeah, they was blew us out by like more than 50 points.
Yes.
They hurt. It was more than hurt with them. Their pride was hurt. Their soul was hurt.
Never
I bet
that.
a lot of people, Green Bay, Dallas fans, didn't even go to work on Monday.
Never that.
I heard they would.
Never that. See,
Mr. E, come on in here. What do you
I
think?
want to say good morning to my nephew, James Luther, the hater. I want to say good morning to you, sir. And when I begin to, when Green Bay and Dallas begin to play their game, you know, listen to me. He knows, just like I know, it was nobody came to work for the Dallas Cowboys.
Ooh, and why was that?
Nobody came to work. Nobody came on the field. I don't know if they pay. CeeDee Lamb got paid to blow the game.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know.
Whoa.
I don't know if CeeDee Lamb got paid to play the
Oh,
game.
Mr. E.
I don't know. It was dirty business going on because when I looked at the game, and maybe James Luther saw it too, when they got a first down, CeeDee Lamb was so excited to point to their first down and didn't rejoice when it came to the Cowboys time. I don't know. I'm not
team player.
I'm not saying anything about it. Cheesehead really want to be in there. So, you know, two things that Jerry Jones one thing that Jerry Jones liked real good, that's money.
Oh, now wait a minute.
If
James, you got to chime in on that.
If they give him that money, if they gave Jerry Jones that money, and then when CeeDee Lamb said, first down, yay! I said, I knew right then and there. And then CeeDee Lamb couldn't get open, couldn't buy a place to open up, couldn't even go to the giant open air market, couldn't even go to the 7-Eleven.
Sounds like a conspiracy theory.
That's a lot of excuses.
They had him, you know, Miss Hinton.
Hold up, Mr. E.
Why you just can't say we played good defense?
Miss Hinton, here's the whole thing. Here's the whole thing. I couldn't get a match out of James Luther. When he came on this air, he had so much of a low energy.
Well, Mr. E, you got a conspiracy theory going on.
Got beat up.
He had to jump in there.
You will never get it out of me that you beat us fair and square.
Every year, when the playoffs start, his playoffs end early, he got 1,000 excuses. Somebody took a bribe. Somebody.
You know what happened.
You don't win in the playoffs. It's 29 years now.
Well. Here's the thing about it is, you know, I mean, it's like Miss Hinton says, any man's game, and so. If you really want me to come on and tell you that y'all played good ball, I'm not gonna do it.
Well, Mr. E, we got to say
you can't give me no credit.
I'm not gonna give you.
We're gonna
credit.
give you, Mr. E.
The bank is closed at your house.
Okay, we're gonna give Green Bay credit for that game. I'm not giving them credit. And the conspiracy theory.
I will.
So
not,
listen, Mr. E,
I will not give him any credit whatsoever. His bank is closed.
Okay, so we got to give him credit because they moved forward after this game with Green Bay and your team, the Cowboys. But let's go on to what's.
You ain't got to say Cowboys. They say your team.
Yep. So look, let's go ahead, you guys, and let's talk about what happened Saturday and Sunday.
Well, when we look at Saturday game, that was January the 20th, mark that down on your calendar. The Green Bay Packers took the field against the San Francisco 49ers, and the final score in that game was 24-21, and the 49ers chopped the cheese head in half.
Well, let's talk about it. Jabby, what do you think? Like, what went wrong? What went right?
We had that game. I think
we had that game. We had that game.
When we missed that field goal in the fourth quarter and gave them the ball back, I knew we was in trouble.
Yes.
We in San Francisco, and they marched down the field and scored the touchdown. They needed a touchdown, but that field goal would have really turned the game around. Because once we missed that field goal, they got momentum. And you know how it is. Football is about momentum. So once you get that crowd going and stuff like that, oh my God, it's going to be hard to stop them.
I said it was.
But we still had a chance. But the youth in my quarterback, he's a young quarterback.
Yes.
I don't know where he was throwing the ball. I thought he was throwing the ball to me at the house. When he threw it across the field. I was like, man, I'm not running no route right now.
I thought you had.
Throwing the ball over there for?
I thought you had your uniform on.
thought so too when you threw that ball over there.
But the thing about it, a L is a L.
But it was a close game, Mr. E, and it was toe to toe the whole
So the
time.
score was 21-24.
Absolutely.
So how close was that game? And he lost about 3 points.
They lost.
But a loss is a loss. That's what he told me when the Green Bay Packers beat the Dallas Cowboys. Even though it was 2 touchdowns down, even though it was 2 touchdowns.
Off the break, man. Put the back in the clock. We just didn't lose a close game, or y'all just didn't lose a close game to us. We lost a close game to 49ers. We beat the brakes out of y'all.
If you beat the brakes out of us, we would have never had an opportunity to be 2 touchdowns behind. If you beat, y'all did
27-0 at the half.
At the half, but guess what the ending score was? You won by 2 touchdowns. And if we had came out there and played like y'all supposed to came out there and played, if your man had a throw the young age and you got that youngin and that young quarterback and you got more excuses today than the John Brown San Francisco 49ers had, and they beat you.
When we already beat y'all.
Well, I tell you,
you lost. You lost.
Okay, so look, let's move on. Let's talk about what do you think about the Baltimore Ravens and the Houston Texans? Let's talk about that game.
Well, that was a great game. That was a great game.
I'm sorry, Baltimore is way too strong. Baltimore looks really, really good. They so well balanced.
Yes.
Passing attack. They got 3 running backs on the field because you can't sit back and do a man coverage against them because Lamar Jackson will take off.
It's a running back, yeah.
They had a great season.
Quarterback / running back.
That's right.
They're so well balanced, and they defense be fighting.
That's right.
Good linebackers, man.
Absolutely.
It's their season. I believe that it's Baltimore season. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Last time I checked, that boy Patrick Mahomes still in it. To beat the man, you got to beat the man.
Well, see, they're going to beat Baltimore.
Well, look, I want to rewind just a minute and ask both of you all, what happened to Philadelphia Eagles? What was the downfall? They came out swinging this season, but all of a sudden they were just like up and down. What happened, James, to Philadelphia?
The coach lost the locker room. That's what happened. They stopped listening. The coach lost the locker room. And once you lose the locker room, the players ain't gonna play for you no more.
Oh my goodness.
So do you think
AJ Brown kept getting hurt. He kept getting a little knick-knack injuries, and he couldn't play. And just like when we played the 49ers, Debo wasn't there.
Right.
So that made us, it was an easier game, but they still pulled it off. But with Philly, AJ Brown is the man over there. He does everything for him. So once you took him out the mix, they don't play. And then the defense horrible, and they've been knowing the defense was horrible since like week 9 or week 10. They gave up almost on the ground. They gave up 130-some yards rushing against any team. I mean, they couldn't stop the run. And then passing, they couldn't stop a nosebleed.
James.
The defense was horrible.
James, listen to me real good. You said that their running back got hurt over Philadelphia Eagles, right?
No, the receiver, AJ Brown.
AJ Brown got hurt. And then you said something about DJ Samuel for the
Debo.
For the San Francisco. But guess what? Even though he did get hurt, San Francisco still beat the Green Bay.
The hate is real. The hate is real. But look, James, thank you so much. It is strong. Thank you so much, James, for being on. Thank you. We're gonna look. We look forward to talking to you again as we approach the Super Bowl. Yeah. God bless you.
Everybody, watch out for them Kansas City Chiefs.
All right.
No Baltimore Ravens.
You got to beat them, man. They're the defending champions.
They gonna get them.
Y'all how sorry they is in the regular season, but they still beating teams back to back.
Go Baltimore.
We can't sit in the Super Bowl again.
Go right. Baltimore.
Thank you, James.
All right, y'all have a good day.
All right, you too. Woo, boy, I tell you what, you all really, y'all, I don't even know what to say. You all really get into it. You all are really hurt when you got to go home. What's that all about? Well, I want to say good morning to some folks. Sheila Robbins, Michael Rogers. Oh, my goodness. Bishop of Tidewater Bible Way Temple. How are you? We were just talking about you on yesterday. I want to know about your services and things. And I know you're in Virginia Beach now. Annie Solario, how are you? Mark Howard, what do you think, Mark? I know Mark follows all the teams, but I hope
he don't
you
follow
all
all the teams.
are enjoying this season. We have another caller getting ready to call in, but it's so good to see you all up here. Let's see, is anyone on Instagram? Any of our friends on Instagram, Mr. E. We have, is it MSD757 join us? And we want to say good morning to you all. Make sure you say something in the chat so we can shout you out. But yeah, oh my goodness, there we go. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, Everett, you've been questioning all year about these Cowboys.
Uh-oh.
Did they go to the Super Bowl? I won't know if you asked for that.
Did the Commanders go?
Uh-oh.
But you've been bragging all year about the Cowboys. The Cowboys. Then the Cowboys just sit at home just like the Commanders.
The Commanders were there.
They're sitting on the couch.
The Commanders.
Stop crying so much and own up to what you believe in.
They sit on the couch. Thank you so much for calling in. We have hopefully we have Brian Fuller, a fan of the 49ers, that's going to be calling in. But Mr. E, you all are definitely going hard on one another. But I can't get over your conspiracy theory. I've never heard you with a conspiracy theory like that, Mr. E.
You know, Miss Hinton, normally I wouldn't have a conspiracy theory, but when it came down to football, and everybody talking about the Dallas Cowboys and how they, they got excuses for everybody else. When you look at Cheesehead, now that was a coach problem.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at everybody else that out there, Commanders, that was a coach problem. Well, why can't the Dallas Cowboys have two problems, a coach problem and also a Benedict Arnold problem or a Judas problem?
Oh my goodness. Well, tell me what you think about the Ravens.
I think the Baltimore Ravens going to be a great team. They got everything that you want. They got running backs. They got a quarterback that slash a running back. They got wide receivers. They got a total package, and they ready to go. They ready to go.
Who should they fear? Who are they playing next?
Well, see, when it comes down to them fearing, the next team that the Baltimore Ravens will be facing will be the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh my goodness!
But see, I'm like I heard Jackson talk yesterday. Jackson said this yesterday. He said, "Now they used to dog me. Now they used to dog us when we was yet young and didn't know what to." He said, "But it's our time."
Oh my goodness!
Patrick Mahomes better pull out every stop he can because them boys. And then you got to tell Taylor Swift, she ain't gonna be jumping and shouting this time because them boys. Now Patrick, don't get me wrong. Patrick got a young boy by the number 10 that plays for the Kansas City Chiefs. They ran him ragged yesterday, and he took a lot of hits. But guess what?
What?
They better be ready because Baltimore ain't taking no hostages when they go.
That's the truth. Well, let's look at the game. Saturday game. We had Houston and we had the Baltimore Ravens. The final score was 10-34. Now Houston's season is 11-7. Baltimore was 13-4. Now it's 14. Is it? Oh, I mean, is it still? How does it work? 11-7 for Houston, their season, and Baltimore 13 games for.
Yeah, that was during the season.
That was during the season so far. That was a great game.
And
then you had Green Bay.
That's right.
I want to say it. Tell it. They had 10 games. They did pretty decent.
Yeah.
San Francisco, of course, they had 12.
That's right, 12-5. They won 12 and lost 5. And the final score yesterday in the playoff, it was 24-21.
All right, now let's get to Sunday's game. Very good games. Tampa Bay.
And then Sunday game, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I want to say to all those Buccaneers, y'all made it. Y'all made it to the playoff. And congratulations to you. So y'all made it to the playoff, and y'all ran up against them Detroit Lions.
Yes. I think Detroit did better than I thought this
Motor
season.
City.
What you think?
They did a wonderful job because their record was a 13-5.
Absolutely.
But Motor City is back. See, some of these cities, these teams has been down. Now they're coming back. They got new young life in them. They got some experience, some old cats with them, and they are now ready to go.
Yes. What do you think about Kansas City and Buffalo?
Well, all these games was tight. When
They
you
were
look at
tight,
Buffalo, that was 27-24. That was one of the tightest games that you ever want to see. All these was low-scoring games because they was playing great offense and great defense. You know, they was really playing ball out there, and I cannot say in the playoff time that the referees were cheating.
But see, when you come to look at the season, Kansas City had a great season. Buffalo had a great season. San Francisco had a great season. And Baltimore Ravens, they had a really, really good season. All of them make me nervous because I believe that it could be any of those teams going all the way to the Super Bowl.
Well, you know, Miss Hinton, now they are in the category. We're at the playoff now. And the final games in the playoff will be the Baltimore Ravens against the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers against Detroit. Can our listening audience get to hear your prediction?
Oh, my goodness, Mr. E. Okay, let's try it.
Okay, for Baltimore and Kansas City, who you going with?
You know, that's hard, but I'm going to have to go with my grandson's team, Baltimore Ravens.
And for the San Francisco 49ers and Detroit.
Detroit, I'm going to say San Francisco.
Okay, I'm just going to opposite of you. I'm looking for the young boys, but for San Francisco 49ers are ready. Purdy is doing a wonderful job, and not only that, though, they're there. That running back that they got. For the 49ers, he is not taking any hostages. Whether he got to put the whole team on his shoulder, he's doing what he do.
Yes. Okay.
So you going with San Francisco 49ers, and you going with Baltimore Ravens.
Yes.
So at the end of it, San Francisco 49ers and the Baltimore Ravens, who is going to be the Super Bowl champion?
I'm not going to make that prediction yet. I'm going to still just kind of like look and study and see. But my grandson I'm going to give his prediction. He's going with the Baltimore Ravens, and they do have a good chance.
They do have a good chance to be in the Super Bowl. They got a great chance, and I'm proud of Baltimore. I'm proud of them. You know, I'm proud of everything they set out to do. You know, Miss Hinton, I am so proud of how Baltimore is doing. They got what is his name? OBJ, not OBJ, but what's that's on the wide receivers for your son's favorite, your grandson.
Oh wow! What's his name? That's why he follows them. What is his name?
He just got off an injury, and now he's back with the Baltimore Ravens. He done been around the league. You know, he done been around the league, and so now he's at Baltimore, and he's playing a wonderful, wonderful game.
Well, I hope you all are following the games. Who's your team? Who are you rooting for? Are you going as hard as Mr. E and James? And we have so many that call in that go so hard for their team.
Miss Marjorie Jones, she's a commander. You know.
Lord, what do you think about the Commanders? They went home early. They were the first one.
They were the four. They won 4 out the whole year.
But Mark, keep hope alive. There's always next season. But anyway, it's been great. Looking forward to getting down to the wire. Mr. E, the Super Bowl is going to be off the hook.
Yes, the Super Bowl is going to be off the hook, Miss Hinton. And I said to myself, if the Cowboys had made it to the Super Bowl,
we wouldn't have been able to do nothing with you.
I'd have been in the airplane right now, going on my way to the Super Bowl and looking at y'all from the press box.
Look, they had a great chance, but I tell you what, the strongest are surviving. And hey, what can we say? But look, don't forget this evening we'll be on FYI After Dark at 6 o'clock on all social media platforms. Please join us. We're going to talk about health and wellness and some other things. So look, and also come over here for a few minutes. We're going to give you some upcoming shows. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.
Where I am now. Where I am now. For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. We deal with sports talk on today, and our special guest has been none other than Mr. James Luther from the Green Bay Packers cheerleading squad. And don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10, right here on WGPL 1350, WMVA 88.9, Peace 95.3, and WPCE 1400, and on all social media platforms. Don't forget to join us on Wednesday. Our special guest will be none other than Mr. Chris Hinton. That's right here from 9:30 to 10 on FYI. Have a wonderful, 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 wonderful Monday, cold Monday. Bye now.
Yeah, it's gonna be a cold Monday, but I tell you what, Mr. E, by the time Wednesday get here, we're gonna be in the 60s.
And that's right, Miss Hinton. We're gonna be moving on down the line.
You know, it's funny to see all that snow above our heads, Buffalo and all those other states, you know, up there. And we're just right here protected. We're like in a little cocoon. You think we're going to have snow this year?
You know, Miss Hinton, we're going to have it.
We didn't have it last year.
I'm telling you, we're going to
have it the year before. What do you think? How many inches?
We're going to have, I can't give you no inches now. We're going to have about 1 or 2 inches.
Ooh,
you know,
we'll have a little something.
That's enough to shut the city down.
Wow.
You know, Miss Hinton, before we go a little further, I want to send our condolences to one of the greatest men that in the world. One of my best friends passed away, Bishop James Jesse Featherston Sr. passed away on January the 19th. You know, so all of my condolences go to his family, and to, you know, hey, let them know that we are here for them.
Absolutely. There's so much going on. Just continue to pray for everybody, and our leaders. Pray for our leaders, our churches. You know, it's so much going on, and we definitely solicit the prayers of the saints. But look, good morning again to all those who are viewing us now: Sheila Robbins, Michael Rogers, Annie Celerio, Mark Howard. We're on Instagram with a few folk. And you all just keep, tuning in. This evening we'll be on for a little bit with our health and wellness segment. We're just going to continue just giving more information. We had on Friday, we had Coach Liz. And tonight we're really going to get serious about the challenge.
That's right.
Coach Liz gave us a challenge. And we want you all to really get into
that's right.
Really making up your mind to be more healthier, more fit. We don't have but one body, Mr.
That's right.
E,
That's right.
And we've got to take care of that.
You know, Miss Hinton, I'm taking it serious because I've been looking at, you know, I have a Dunlap that I've been trying, and I'm trying to get rid of all the excuses that I had in my grab bag for me not to try to get rid of this Dunlap.
Why don't you get you a coach?
You know, I found out that here you call it what's that word for, a poofa?
I think it is a poofa.
A poofa. You know, that's not an excuse for you having a Dunlap, but for ladies.
Tell everybody what a Dunlap is.
A Dunlap is when your belly done lapped over your belt. You know, when you stand up in the mirror and you. And here's this for men: when you can't see Hanes and Fruity Balloons anymore in the front. I mean, you know, that's the waistband for your underclothes, and you got to go and buy a belt every 2 weeks or every week because the weight of your Dunlap over.
Dunlap over. Is it an easy remedy? I mean, can you just walk it off or walk it out or what?
You can walk it off, and if you don't got a little older, Miss Hinton, one time or another, your stomach used to go from left to right. Now it's going out and in.
Oh my God! So look, you all, please join us. If you all want to be in the audience or chime in on the conversation this evening about how hard or easy it is to really get rid of some things that. All of a sudden it's there. It's there. And is it as easy as people say to get rid of? Oh, well, just go on and exercise.
That's right.
And stuff.
That's
but
right.
You got hormones and
That's
all
right.
kind of stuff playing a part in how we look now, age, and all that kind of stuff, Miss Lee. So
Big clothes, big shirts, and you got all that to hide that. So and then you got to remember the health tips on it. They say that if your waist is larger for men at such and such weight line, you are carrying stress, high
oh my
blood
goodness,
pressure,
really?
diabetes, all of that around in your pouch.
Okay, well, I tell you what, just join us. We're going to talk about, the challenge and how we do have to take, this thing serious. Weight affects our health.
That's right.
And we want to make sure.
And your wallet, too.
We just want to encourage you all. We're inspiration. We're going to inspire and motivate you to just kind of like get on board and change some things. Sometimes it's just one or two things you can change to make a difference in your weight and in your attitude and things like that. So we're going to be talking about those things. Miss Lee, we had somebody else just
I want to say
chiming
good morning
in.
to Frederick Douglass.
Yeah. All right. How
That's
you
on our
doing?
Instagram feed. Thank you so much for tuning in to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Edwar, the co-host.
We have Jenny Miller here. Thank you so much for joining us. You all make sure you tell folk about FYI. We're 8 years in it, and we're really enjoying it. But we would love to have your suggestions. If you want to be a special guest sponsor, intern, Miss Lee's going to tell you how you can do that. But we would love to just hear, have your input of how we can make FYI Radio Show better.
And that's what it's all about, Miss Hinton, making it better and making it so that our listening audience would love to hear and tune in to the most talked about radio show. As you know, Miss Hinton, they calling on FYI. Why don't you, Mr. E, just go and be quiet and settle down? And they've been talking about them Cowboys all year long.
All about the street.
So we know that that's what they like to hear. And we want to make sure that you put your input so we can help you to be a part of the most talked about radio show in the world.
So 2024, we want to bring you some great shows and things like that. Shows, folk in business, issues of homelessness, immigration is a big thing. And look, this is 2024, the year of the election, honey.
That's right.
So we're going to cover the vote. Are you registered to vote? Will you go out to vote? Sometimes I get a little bit tired listening to folks saying, well, it ain't a choice. Don't sit back and fall back and say, well, there's no choices. There are choices,
That's right.
and you can study to see who would be the best fit for our country. We got to choose somebody.
And your vote do count also.
Yes.
Don't get to that makeup, that habit. And there's a lot of people, those who've been incarcerated. I want y'all to know that they are restoring your rights. They're giving you back your rights. So that means that you can go back and vote. Your vote does count. Don't get to the point where you thinking that your vote don't count. They got to get out of that mindset.
Yes.
Where saying it's a vote, they're going to put whoever they want to put in there. As you've been seeing in the election time, there have been ballot boxes being tripped. There's been people that's been doing things to cause the ballot box, the votes, to be not held accountable for. And you look at the ladies that was poll workers who won so much money.
By Giuliani, accused of doing some shady things
at the ballot.
That was a terrible thing. That's how he's gonna have to pay the price. But what about the tea? And I know we're not serving any tea, but honey, your boy DeSantis just fell by the way of Sandusky.
I think he got spooked.
There's something behind that, but I think we'll soon find out.
I think he got spooked by Trump, and Trump was going to tell some of his personal business.
Right.
I believe that he got spooked and said, now, unless Trump told me he's going to be the VP.
That's kind of my conspiracy theory.
Unless Trump told him that he's going to be the vice president, but I think what happened to him, he got spooked.
But he said it was the money thing. Well, and he didn't have the support that he needed.
See, a lot of these candidates that was running was looking for money for what Trump owed them. And and so what happened to a lot of people is when it came down to that mighty dollar, Trump had to borrow money, had to get money, had to say, I can't pay you back the money that I got from you to run the campaign, because he was running, taking people's campaigns money, and he was paying off people.
Oh, Lord. Let's say good morning to Danette Crowell. Thank you so much for joining us. But look, don't forget this evening, FYI After Dark, come and join us. Also, our upcoming shows, our Black History Month shows.
Yeah.
Of course, again, we're going to cover the election and voting. Right. Also, sports talk. We're going to have a good time as we lead up to
the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl.
That's right.
Absolutely. Also, look, don't forget the Royal Bakery's pie. We're still cooking in the kitchen. And I hope you all are enjoying the pies. Thank you for those that are ordering pies. Also, Bulvick Academy, Bulvick, BULC Academy.com. You'll find my game app that I brought together and just launched it, actually. I'm so excited and proud of that. If you all have an iPhone, you can go to apple.com for your iPhone and your iPad to get the game app. The game is called Bulvick, BULVIC. You can go there, apple.com for that, for the games. You can also go to your Google Play Store for your Android to get my new game, Bulvick, BULVIC. Wonderful game for the family, for the kids. It has an anti-bullying theme. You can also get the anti-bullying books. Bullying is right underneath your nose, and the Diary of a Former Bully is on. That's on BulvickAcademy.com. Go up there. You can see the links to everything. The book, Bullying is Right Underneath Your Nose, is in English. It's in Spanish. It's Audible. It's a hard copy. You can get it. Get it however you want to. Go in the store and ask for those books, or just go right online and get those books. Okay, don't forget, follow us on social media.
That's right. Don't forget to join us tonight. Don't forget tonight to join us on FYI After Dark. You might be able to chime in, put some of your health tips in there, and let us know what your plans are for this new year. You know, Ms. Hinton, I don't want folks to believe. I want folks to believe that Mr. Eden threw every excuse that he think about. Because
what?
Because to get rid of my stomach.
Oh, okay. But Mr. You already working out, aren't you?
I had a little few excuses. I had because of hyperextended knees, because of the seat, and so I done got the seat fixed. I done got the knee.
No excuses.
No excuses whatsoever. So I'm out there doing my thing.
Well, look, we're going to also tell you how you can be a special guest, sponsor, or intern with FYI Radio Show.
If you'd like to be a special guest, sponsor, or intern of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, all you have to do is go to Edward's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, FYI Facebook page, or call us at 757-714-7861, or email us at FYIRadioshow@gmail.com. Or now you can drop your comments on there and say, listen, I'd like to be a special guest on the most talked about radio show in the whole wide web.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much for joining us. If you have any comments, put them in the chat. If you want to order anything, put it in the chat. If you want to be a special guest, put it in the chat. Or again, FYRadiosHowLive@gmail.com. You can get in touch with us like that as well. You all are a blessing. Thank you, all our platforms, Facebook Live, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram, for being, a platform that we can reach out and reach a lot of people with our show and our mission of inspiring and energizing and motivating you all to rise above mere survival and find success. We bring the information, the knowledge, the special guests, so we can do just that. So keep tuning in Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and we'll be here with some great shows and great folk. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and make sure you stay warm.
That's right. And don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10, right here on WPCE 1400, WGPL 1350, WMVA 88.9, Peace 95.3 FM, and all social media platforms. Don't forget to have a wonderful, wonderful, what you say, cold day?
Oh,
Bye now.
bye-bye.
Put on your hat and your coat.